Good morning, traders, and welcome back to Framework Fortune. And welcome if you are new. We got the SPY looking like it's going to continue on down here. CFVI, that's a possible trade, but quite a ways off that trend line now. See DWAC selling off. ANGH, that looks done. BTCS back down on that trend line. Then INDO. The downtrend. See SBEV. That's actually a pretty good looking pattern on the daily. NVCT, this actually, even though it's down right now, not looking too terrible. The downtrend there. Support at 675, so we just kind of consolidating. SOPA was already halted once. Let's put it on watch. DCFC. It was a big run. Higher float, but doesn't matter because this thing ripped dollars so far. Definitely looks like that's coming down. Peloton still trying to move. That's ripped about $6, so put Peloton on there, even though it's a higher float. I mean, if they're ripping dollars like that, we might as well keep an eye on them. I don't like brag. Let's see. Good morning, Lori. Hal's already done. I know Hal's busy. He's busy. Real busy boy, so I know he's cutting back a little bit on his streaming. But no worries, guys. I am about to pick back up where I left off before the white papers. Actually, I'm about to kick it into high gear. Good morning, Donnell. Good morning, Lauren. Yeah, we're about to start putting out content, or at least I am, like crazy. Alright, well, that's pretty much that's pretty much all I'm seeing at the moment. SPY's got to break his short-term downtrend if it's even going to try to rebound any at all. Yeah, this thing is moving dollars. Look at that. It just pulled back almost, almost a, yeah, almost $2 so far. Just in that one 15-minute candle. Let me get into some hour charts. Let's look at some, well, actually, let's look at some DWAC starting to break 85. I'm going on DWAC breaking 85 here. I know I'm not. Oh, never mind. No, I'm not. I don't have enough funds available. I thought I did. But I think with it breaking 85, it's going to try to at least go back up to 90. Made this little U shape right here, breaking over this little previous peak in pre-market. And there it goes on up to 86 trying to push. But yeah, I can't get that. I don't have enough funds. I could buy a couple shares, but it's not worth it to buy a couple shares. SOPA. Draw this uptrend on pellet. Come on. This uptrend on Peloton. See, that Peloton can pull back all the way down to 32. See, 562. We're making a nice U shape on the 1 hour chart here on SOPA. Now I do realize SOPA is below all moving averages, but it has room up to $10 before the 50 days, so it has some room before it really runs into any resistance. I'm going. So I'm in SOPA right now. I'm a little higher than I would like, but I think we're going to test. This $6 area again. Oh yeah, we have a nice uptrend too. Didn't even see that uptrend. You can see on the 5-minute. But we do have a downtrend at the same time. So we need to see a 550 break here very soon. But I like the way this looks. It looks similar to the way NVCT looked yesterday. As far as running up, coming back down, bouncing. We'll just have to see if it can continue to bounce or not. SPY very close. Oh, SPY starting to break over the downtrend on the day, so we might see some action start happening here on several plays. The SPY is going to rebound, at least in the short term. And DWAC up to 86 now. Took a little bit longer to get up there, but it is Up to 86. Peloton still slowly climbing. But this is below the 250 on the daily chart. So we do got to be aware. Remember, anytime that's the case, resistance lines are going to hold up strong. Let's see where it actually has some resistance at. Oh, hell. We don't have any resistance. Shit, we don't have any resistance till, I mean, of course, 575, because obviously it's holding up resistance right now. And then 6, but after that, we really don't have much. I mean, all the resistance lines are way above it. Dollars above where it's at right now. All the past chart history and the EMAs. So it definitely has room to try to move if it can just get going here. Pop this little area. I'm missing some of the chat penny prints. I'm missing whatever happened before Penny Prince joined. I just see Lori saying hi, Penny Prince. What is that about? There we go. For some reason my chat got froze up. What's up, Penny Prince? How's this going? Lori and Lauren working out, trying to solve Lauren's headache. Hopefully you feel better, Lauren. Hopefully you figure out something. What's up, Orlando? What's up, Lightning Rick? Penny Prince, Sopa has potential here. I mean, that's why I'm in it. To the moon, I don't know about all that. It has some room to run, though, that's for sure. That's why I got into it. Because if it can break $6, it can really get going. And it's tried once and was already halted. It broke it in pre-market. And there's the actual longer term uptrend. But I'm just going to hold it as long as it stays on this uptrend. Let's see, the crypto market having a little pullback, but Ethereum and Bitcoin both ran up, tested some major resistance areas. So not surprised to see them pull back a little bit. So 10-day moving average is at 475. So we've got support at $5 and 475. NVCT, a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern here on this 5 minute. See the head here, shoulder, shoulder. So we can start to see a leg back up possibly to that top resistance line. And on the 15 minute, you can see it pretty clear. It's curling back up. So that may become a possible play. That's still selling off. SOPA's getting ready to test 550 here shortly, more than likely. If it can break through 525 right now, which I don't think it's going to have a problem doing. And right there's 525 on the ask. Getting poked, poked, poked. Poked, poked, poked. And 525 has been a little bit of a headache. We don't want to be held up, though, too long by 525. There it goes. There it goes. Very nice. There we go. Right over 530. Should move. Well, actually, let's see what's right there. 530. Yeah, there is a little resistance at 530 in this short time frame. So, well, support. The buyers are trying to hold up at 530. Let's see if it's 5. Oh, no, 530 unable to hold. Tried to hold as support. Let's see here. Come on. I didn't realize right away that 530 was such strong resistance, but you can see it right across here. It was resistance on both of these candles, and then it held up as support 4 different candles before it cracked. There we go. Now we're over 530. But remember, we are under the 250 day on the daily, so resistance lines are going to hold up stronger than support lines. Get a little rejection. This candle needs to close above 525. Got a minute and a half on it, but throwing that wick up there now, selling pressure pushing it back down, that's a little concerning. In fact, on the 15 minute, we could pull all the way back down to $5 on this candle. Alright, Thinkorswim, don't start that with me now. DWAC looking like it wants to try to break over 85 again. SPY rebounding pretty nicely, but we're running into the 200 day on the 15 minute. We'll see if that can break. The SPY is not going to be bullish till it gets back over 450. Whoa, SOP is starting to crack here, testing $5. Cracking below $5, so we're coming all the way down to this 10 day. If we do not hold, above 485, it looks like, then we will crack. Hmm. Come on. We're actually in this little descending triangle. You can see now that I've extended that line, that $5 area was resistance until it broke above it, but still, even when it broke up to 638, it never held above 5. This is the first test right here of 5 that it did hold up. And now we're going for a second test. So we'll see if it gets back above 5 here. If $5 starts acting as resistance, then this thing could very easily crack and sell off. We want to see it easily get back over 5. So let's see right here. Some sellers sitting on 5. How long do they stay there? One rejection off of 5. You see we're getting selling below 5 at the moment. There's some nice amount of buyers just came through at 498, but still we're not even touching 5. There we go. Hitting 5, still not breaking over. Need to see the bids up over 5. And there we are. Oh, maybe. Wait a minute. Another rejection. See how 5 is starting to act as resistance? That's not what we want to see. There you go. Get over 5. Right at the second, there's nothing going on. MVCT is still pushing up off of that inverse head and shoulders on the 5-minute. I'm not seeing much else ripping at the second. So we'll see what happens here. Hold on, give me just a second. I see we still have a bunch of questions or a bunch of comments and stuff I got to get to. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right. So we are so far trying to push out of the top of this triangle. 15 minutes still needs to close above it. You can see these double tops where both of these candles on the bodies closed right at 520. So this candle needs to close above 520. And it would be a bullish engulfing candle. We'll see. But let me get to some of these comments. Sheba's making a nice cup and handle. Yeah, I think we'll see, that hot altcoin market kick in. It's been pretty warm this week. You've been a hodler for months. A hodler or what, Penny Prince? Good morning, Michelle. Orlando is in play. You bought SOPA at 950, my friend. My friend Penny Prince. Why? Why did you buy this at 950? Let's look at it. I'm guessing you bought it right through here. Would I be correct? You bought it last December? Towards the end of December? My price target is just on a simple day trade, so I'm not looking for it to get all the way back to 950 today. Is it a possibility? Yeah, everything's a possibility in the market, but is it likely? Depends on the SPY. Right now the SPY is still bearish and still in the short-term downtrend at the moment, and we are very close to cracking that 200. So if we see the market pull back, which looks at the moment what's probably going to happen, then that could just yank SOPA out of this pattern and back down to where it was at $4. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of resistance. I mean, we're having trouble getting through 520 right now. Like, we've on this 15-minute candle, we are 40 minutes so far where we've yet to be able to hold above 520. Not even 525, which we know is resistance. Not even 530, which is we know is resistance, but 525 or 520. So as soon as we can see, like I said, this candle push over that, we may be able to continue to rip. But then we're going to run, if we get through 530, 525, we're going to run into 550. Then after 550, we're going to run in the tops of these two bodies at 567 plus 575 is another quarter. So that's going to be a natural support and resistance line. And then we got 6. So we've got all these levels of resistance ahead of us that we have to get through. And we're doing it in kind of a down market. Now the SPY has pushed up, but it's starting to push up and get to those areas of this downtrend. Like I said, right there, that 200 days on the 15-minute, and it's already struggling there. So we'll have to see. So, all right, 4.5 minutes on this candle. I'm actually going to change this trend line, because on the 15-minute, it's actually a little more something like that. So we really haven't broke the triangle. Yeah, see, look, even on the 5-minute now, we came up right at that 520 or 525, just slamming into it, not getting any wicks up over the downtrend or anything. And now we're getting followed by a bearish candle on this 5 minute. So we may have we're either going to have a pullback again, probably down to 490 if 5 can't hold here. And then, of course, if this line cracks at 485, it's done. We may, if we can close above 5, we may just indecision candle here, and it may be the next 15-minute candle that decides the direction. So we are getting close to the tip of this triangle here. But basically, my price target at the moment is 6, and then if 6 can break, we'll go from there. But that's, just a move back up to this resistance at 6 is going to be tough at this point. Unless the SPY can continue to rebound, but like I said, I don't know about that. See, DWAC is, that looks pretty bullish on the 15-minute. You're getting this is what I was talking about. So we got the nice little red candle, and then a body opening up right there at the bottom of the red candle, and now pushing up. So this whole candle is bigger. It's engulfing this previous red candle. And you can see since it's engulfing, it's trying to push up in the last couple of minutes of this close. So let's keep an eye on SOPA, because SOPA is getting very close to making its decision. Or buyers and sellers making the decision of who's going to take over on this. So far, we're holding 5. We got a minute and a half left. It is still possible we could come back up and close over 520. But we're going to have to do it very fast, because there's only a minute left on this candle. And it is starting to try to push back up a little bit over 510. Ask just move up to 515. If we go into this if we go into this candle closing above 520 with that type of momentum, still getting held up at 515 resistance. See sellers sitting on that ass. Get those 515s out of here. Got 40 seconds on this candle here. Give us a nice little bullish last little bit. Pop back over that 520. $10 seconds. Still getting held at 515. So it does not look like we're going to get that bullish candle. Looks like we're going to get an indecision candle. Yeah, and there it closed the indecision. And you can see this 15-minute candle opening right in the downtrend. So if we don't break here, since we're opening right in the downtrend, I would say the next move we'll see is a red move down. Some orders, decent size orders sitting on 510 at the moment. Alright, testing 515 again. Let's see if we can get some orders though. Looking at the time and sales, no buyers are stepping up to 515. They'll step up to 513 and 514, but they are not. There we go. There's a couple at 515. Starting to take out five. There we go. Took out 515. Let's see if we continue to push. Bids trying to stat. There we go. A lot of buying starting to come in here up to 525. Let's see if we can break through it. 525 getting poked at again. We're going to break through probably. Come on. You're trying so hard. Keep testing. Some big orders popping up at 523 now. We were getting some nice buying starting to come in, but it slowed down as soon as we hit 525. It looked like we was going to try to test it. Well, here we go. We're going to test it again. There's two sellers sitting on 523 with some decent sized positions. So we got to see get taken out before we get to 525. They're holding us down. And that is where that previous candle, two candles on the 5-minute closed at, was 523. And a little rejection off there back down to 515. So we got to keep on testing. 525. You don't want to be back down testing support. SPY almost up to 450, so SPY very close to going bullish. All right, another test of 520. You can see just that little test of 520 pushed us back down a little bit. Getting a rejection. $40 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. It's looking pretty strong to open, but hard rejection off of 525. And you can see on the 15-minute where we're dojing, we're indecisioning quite a bit right here. Now, my initial entry on this was not good. I kind of jumped the gun on this entry because that original move right there where it looked like it was going to bounce and move up off of the triangle. So, I mean, I got it up here at 541. Should have waited it out. And I could have got this at $5 and I'd be sitting a lot more comfortable right now. But it was okay. Coming up, giving another test of 520 here. A lot of orders on 520 now. Let's see if they actually get taken out pretty quick or not. No 520s on the time and sales yet. We just had a big buying push come through. Took out all that. We're still getting a little selling at 523 again, but that buying pressure just blew it right through 520 for half a second. If this thing doesn't break 525 soon, though, it's going to come down. It's getting weaker. Buyers are going to feel a little bit weakened and disappointed because they've been in this for so long and it's still struggling to even break out this. See now, okay. We got some decent size orders sitting on 515. But basically, we don't want the buyers to give up. And if this doesn't continue in the slight upward momentum that we have, then buyers will give up. But right now, buyers need to see something. They need to see something out of this, something besides being held up at 525 and 530. They need to see a pop, a test up to 550, and then we'll see more interest come into it. So SPY with a rejection off of 550, or not 550, 450. Another rejection off of 525. Second rejection in a row. We got a minute on this 15-minute candle to close. Give us that close over 520. There we go. Testing 520. Actually, let's see a close over 525. We can get a close over 525. That would be even better. We got 30 seconds left. Ain't gonna happen. We're starting to pull back a little bit. God, we got to close. We at least got to close over 515. We don't close over 515. That's not a good sign. So we did close. We did close right on 515. So this is still indecision. Let me look on the hour chart. See what we're looking like there. We do have we do have an uptrend on the hour chart. So we got a support line. The good thing is we're still testing. As long as we're testing the resistance and not back down and we're testing support. Just want to see it break soon, not too much longer. Big moon to 70 next week. I think you might be a little too hopeful on that. That's quite a prediction. I mean, we're having troubles getting through 520 right now. So I mean, if we're having trouble just getting to $6, all this trouble we're having, um, what makes you think it would go to 70? And I'm not trying to be a smartass. I'm just generally asking your thoughts. Because that's a very, very wild prediction for a $5 stock to go to $70 in next week. That rarely, rarely happens. I don't know nothing about this company. I just know that it's given some opportunities for some nice day trades. So, Penny Prince, how long have you been trading for? Just because something has good news doesn't necessarily, and we're starting to break through 525 now. We knocked a lot of sellers out right there. $4 months. Yeah, so listen to this. We are breaking over. Wow, here we go. A little quick pop up over 530, but getting rejected again. Listen to this and put it in your brain and keep it there for the rest of your trading career. News, whether good or bad, does not necessarily mean anything in the stock market. There is PR, there's the best PR all the time on all types of different stocks, but especially in the penny stock world, they put out news like it's nothing. They will straight up lie about news. There's all types of different things that can get you in trouble by only focusing on news. Like this stock doesn't have any news today at all. I'm just trading it off of the chart pattern. It looked like it had some nice upward momentum to begin with, and then having a pullback. But it's been holding this 10-day on the 15-minute. So I'm just trying to ride this upward momentum if it's going to continue. But there's plenty of times where we see companies that'll come out with the best earnings. Crazy good earnings, 300% year over year, something like that. And it doesn't matter. The market will react to it and could dump it. I've seen stocks with the worst news possible. I've seen stocks that are going bankrupt. And two of the biggest examples are AMC and GameStop. Both of those companies should have went bankrupt. And what did we see instead? We saw both of those companies get short squeezed up before selling all the way back off. So there was no good news for GameStop or AMC. There was no reason for anybody to buy that stock. That's why there was a short squeeze in the first place, is because institutions were doing what they were supposed to be doing and shorting a bad company to put it out of business. So even though those companies were bad companies, had no news, and were on the verge of going out, filing bankruptcy, they still went up a crazy amount because of a short squeeze. So focusing solely on news is not going to benefit you. It's not going to make you a consistent trader. You may get some wins here and there by trading on news, but you're not going to be consistent because the way people react, remember, we're not trading stocks, we're not trading pieces of paper. We're trading people's reactions. That's the money we're trying to get, right? So with people being very unpredictable and also very easily manipulated through social media and mainstream media, anything can happen. So those narratives, even if it has the best PR, doesn't necessarily mean that it will go up at all. So I know you got the hype. You're in AMC at 22. You love that company. Why? Why do you love AMC? What are they doing that makes you love them? What makes you think What makes you think that a company that was borderline bankrupt before this orchestrated squeeze is going to go back up in price? Why would it? AMC is it's a movie theater company. They were dying before the pandemic. AMC has been a shitty ran company for a long time. Terrible debt, just terrible just terrible everything. Just not good. So what changed your mind other than the social media narrative? Well, that's what I said earlier. I got a bad entry on this. I was originally looking at the short term uptrend when I first started the stream. So I had this uptrend drawn right here. So right as it held up this little short term uptrend multiple times, and it started breaking up, I was looking for it to break or at least test this 550, and it never even tested 550. So I was trying to get in on the momentum, but it wasn't a good entry. That's what I was saying. I should have got it, waited just a little bit longer, and I could have got it at $5 on that support. But I thought we were going to get a momentum break here of that downtrend, which we still have not got. So I need you to think about this for a second. Your answer to my question about AMC is because it's a great movie theater. That is your opinion, and your opinion does not matter in the stock market and investing and trading. Right? Like, it doesn't. Like, I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but the institutions, the Federal Reserve, the SEC, none of them care about your opinions. And big investors moving the markets, they don't care about your opinions. Is AMC a good company? Doesn't matter if it's a great cinema and you love to go there and have popcorn and watch it. The question was, why is it a good company now? Because it wasn't a good company in the first place. So if you can't answer that question, why is AMC a good company? Then that's your answer to the question whether or not you should be in the play, right? And then if it's not a good company, if you're looking at it long term, that's of course what you want to do. If you're looking at it as more of a swing trade, then you got to think about, well, is the market going to allow for any rips in the short term on AMC? And right now we are still in a downtrend on the overall stock market. So until that breaks, you're in AMC, but if the whole entire stock market drops, AMC is going to get dumped because it's a garbage company. The only companies that survive during a big market crash are companies that are solid companies, right? They're companies that pay out dividends. They're companies that are in commodities, consumer staples. No matter whether it's a recession, depression, or whatever, people are going to need to buy toilet paper. They're going to need to buy food. They're going to need to buy those type of things. They're going to buy them regardless, right? You got to have food to survive. So agriculture land, agriculture REITs, probably a lot of high dividend payments there since REITs are known for so we're getting a little crack here. But AMC, and AMC is not going to be an inflation hedge whatsoever. No big money is going to go into AMC during an inflationary period and a market collapse. All the money will come out of it. It's not something we need. If we go into a recession or a depression, then nobody's going to be going to the cinemas whatsoever. And in the first place, like I said, before COVID and all of that, AMC was not doing good. Not as many people were going to movie theaters because of all the apps and stuff that you can watch from home. I am not giving any advice, Donnell. There's not financial advice. I am just analyzing and giving my thoughts. I didn't tell them to buy or sell, right? I didn't say buy or sell or get out of AMC. That's your choice what you do with AMC. All I'm doing is just, giving my analysis of the company and asking, like I said, I'm asking these questions to you about AMC because I want to hear a legitimate reason. And just because is not a legitimate reason. See, we look at AMC on a monthly chart. Now I keep an eye on SOAP on the side. So, it's still around 516. It hasn't died yet. So, let's actually go into a monthly chart instead of the weekly. Where's my monthly chart? There we go. I guess I don't have a monthly chart. I just use this week chart. It's fine. So, back since 2014, AMC did uptrend for a little bit until 2017, which is when we really started seeing Netflix and all those things start taking off. AMC dumped, and it dumped, and it dumped, and it dumped, and it dumped. They stopped paying out dividend payments. All of this is before 2020, right? This is in 2019 right here. 2020, the March, let's see, where's it at? Yeah, it was so low, it didn't even hardly crash from the pandemic. It did drop, but it was already dropping. The pandemic didn't matter. It was in a sharp short term downtrend. And then of course the short squeeze happened. The short squeeze is over though now. So there's not going to be another short squeeze like this where AMC runs to $70 in a couple of days. It may happen on some other stock, but AMC will not be a target. And then as well, AMC is in this downward sloping channel. So even though it did have the short squeeze, it's back down below where it was back in 2015 and 2016. That's because it's a garbage company. The only reason it ripped was not because anybody thought AMC was a good company. It ripped because of all the social media hype, all of the groups, the Wall Street bets, and everybody, going blah, 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 blah. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe AMC pulls it together. Because here's the thing. As I'm saying that, here's the thing though. GameStop was the same situation as AMC. GameStop, however, raised enough money through that short squeeze from their price of their stock shooting up so much. They are actually trying to survive. The reason why I know GameStop is trying to survive is because they just announced that they are starting an NFT platform, their own NFT platform on top of Immutable X, the layer 2 NFT marketplace and gaming platform built on top of Ethereum. So GameStop could potentially continue to raise money. I like the fact that they are getting into the crypto market. However, is what they're going to do is it going to be a cash grab because of NFT hype right now, or are they actually going to put out a solid product? That is yet to be seen. But because GameStop has the money now and they're looking at new technology like blockchain, well, not even looking, they're actually doing, they could turn the company around. Do I think they're going to? Probably not, because it's the same people who were running it before the pandemic and the short squeeze, and GameStop was the same thing. It was dying. So could AMC, have raised enough money? Maybe. But AMC's got to do something different. They can't just keep being a movie theater. That business model has not worked for them. So why would it continue to work for them? They've got to do something different. Let's see. I'm not a short seller at all, Penny Prince. I don't even short. Um, like I said, don't take it offensive. Like if you are taking somebody else's criticism of a stock as offensive, that's a problem. Because emotions in the stock market and emotional attachments to investments is a big, big no-no. Everybody in the world should be able to criticize any stock that you're in. And if it's a good company, you should be able to defend it. Getting upset and automatically calling me a shill, which I know is coming next, that's why I'm calling it before you say it. Um, like you just said, I'm a short seller. I will pay like the rest. Like that. That is an automatic response that the social media narrative of AMC has caused your brain to do, because you have no idea whether I'm like Everybody in this chat who's been following me for a while can all testify. I don't short whatsoever. So the fact that you went into a defense mechanism about AMC that had no basis because you don't know me, this is the first time that I've seen you in the chat, you automatically resorted to something that has no basis in reality. I don't short. So that I don't even know where you got that thought from unless you are on that AMC Kool-Aid. Like again, like I said, it doesn't matter about your opinion. It doesn't matter if some people like to go to the movies. That's not enough for a company to be a company. There's way more that goes into a company besides the customers liking the products, right? AMC doesn't even sell any products. They sell a service. And they do a terrible job at it, and they charge high prices. If you think charging $15 for a box of Laffy Taffy is a good business model when every gas station around the movie theater has the same Laffy Taffy for $1, it's a terrible business model. You're not a well-run business. But don't get attached. Like if you are that much attached to AMC or any stock whatsoever, it doesn't matter if it's AMC or any of these social media hype stocks. That is a problem. You do not want to be emotionally attached to investments. Remember, we're trading against algorithms. We're trading against robots. These robots don't care about your feelings. They don't. They don't care about your opinion. That's just how it is. You know, it sounds harsh, it sounds rough, but that's just the way it is. the I Why does everybody always say I'm the upset one? Anytime I push back at anybody on anything, Daniel B one life, now this guy, I'm the upset one. How is it I'm always the upset one and I'm the one always smiling and laughing? Like I don't get that. I wish somebody would please figure that out for me and answer it because it's so mind-boggling when I get called upset for just saying, just educating. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk you out of selling AMC. That's not what I was trying to do. What I was trying to do is I was trying to get you to sell me on AMC, right? Because if you're that confident in AMC as a position, tell me why. Sell me on it. Any stock that you're holding long term, you should be able to sell anybody on. If you have confidence in your product or your investment, then sell it. And if you can't sell that to me or anybody else in this chat because you have no points behind it, then you probably need to rethink that position. Like you are going off of pure emotion right now. The fact you're the, the fact you're saying that I'm upset and that I'm going to learn a lesson about AMC. I've been in the stock market 8 years. There's nothing AMC is going to teach me that I don't already know about AMC. Now, there's things all the time. You're going to continually learn in the stock market. So even saying that, yes, you are accurate. I am going to learn. Stock market, there's no masters, there's no gurus. Investing and trading, you are a student till the day you die. So will I learn lessons? Absolutely. And I welcome any lessons that I learn. If AMC can teach me a new lesson, I would love to learn it. However, I don't see that. I don't see anything that AMC can teach me. Like I said, if you can sell me on AMC why it's a good stock, then you can be confident in your prediction. Like I said, if you have no way to back up why you're in AMC, then you're not even confident in your own prediction. I'm spreading short news. Yeah, see, David Davis, he made 40,000 on AMC, but he didn't hold and lose his profits. There was nothing wrong with trading AMC on the short squeeze on the way up, but now you're pretty much bag holding. Like I said, the short squeeze happened. There's not going to be another big short squeeze. Now, I can. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Outside of everything I've said already, let's just think about SPY's trying to break 450 now. But everything I've already said already, let's just think about this for a second. Right. Are you down? Are you down for the cause of AMC and Wall Street bets, like you were trying to stick it to Wall Street? Is that what the drive behind your AMC investing is? Oh, wait a minute. Guys, I just realized something. You know what? I just realized something. This is Daniel B. I almost guarantee Penny Prince is Daniel B because I banned him yesterday. And it's real coincidental that today I get somebody who is like, if you are not Daniel B, if you are somebody else, um, then sorry. But I think this is Daniel B. Especially after the comment where you said I look lazy and I don't read news. Because for one, your English was off in that sentence. You had me going. You had me going. I forgot. I forgot. You caught me off guard. I'm betting it's Daniel B. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he's not Daniel B. Okay, good. All right. Just making sure, because it was feeling like a Daniel B-esque argument. That's why I was thinking it. All of a sudden, I started thinking maybe this is Daniel B just trying to mess with me. Yep, 22 cents on Prague. I don't know. I don't know about this Prague play, David Davis. You've been on this thing, and yeah, it's finally bounced up some. Well, Penny Prince, if you're still in here, I don't know if you're still in here or not. Um, if you could just answer that one question, if you are trying to stick it to Wall Street, is that what your whole deal is? Move that downtrend because we broke it. But we're in this little consolidation triangle here. on the 5 minute. TKSLL. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a ticker symbol, David Davis, or what? It doesn't sound like a ticker symbol. Or maybe you're saying something that I'm not. It could be a abbreviation for something, and my dumbness is not catching up on it. It's not picking up on whatever that abbreviation is you're saying. You buy and hold for portfolio retirement. Um, yeah, you're not gonna like what I have to say about that either. If you I'll say this: if you want me, if you want to hear my thoughts on portfolios for retirements and things like that, I will give them to you. But I'm not going to get into it just for argument's sakes or anything like that. I just give you my thoughts if you actually want it. But like I said, you're not going to like that because I have very opposing views to that. Um, AMC, though, yeah, see, I'm I'm against that idea of a long-term portfolio for retirement in the first place. So if that is your reasoning for holding AMC, um, you know, I'd have to go into that. So, and that's if everybody else wants to hear it too, because I know some of you guys get tired of me ranting and debating with people. You just want to see technical analysis, and I try to stay there and point out plays and stuff, but I do like to discuss. I do like to debate. It's fun. It's also you learn some stuff. All right, let's just stay on SOPA until we see what this is going to do here, because we're still at that 525. We're testing it pretty hard right here at this moment. Let's see. Got a minute on this hour candle to close. Actually, let me just remove. See, I've got the short there on the triangle, the short-term uptrend, but there's also this long-term uptrend or longer-term uptrend on the hour chart. It's just taking a lot longer to break out, but the SPY is back over 450. Still has to break over 455 this previous and to break the entire downtrend before the market can rebound. Yeah, pretty much, David Davis. That's a pretty a good assumption. whatever you just said, or not assumption but statement. When you're up, sell. um, okay, so David Davis or Penny Prince, you don't want to hear it, but Lori wants to hear it, so I'll give what I think about long term portfolios real quick. We won't get into a whole debate about it, but the idea of holding anything for until your retirement, how old are you? If you're 20 years old and you've got 40 years before your retirement and you spend your whole life working to buy stocks for your retirement, well, then you wasted your whole life, and that whole investing and trading was really for nothing. I mean, why did you spend 40 years of your whole entire life just to enjoy the last 10 years of your life or last 20 years of your life when your body is going to be in the worst shape it's ever been in? You're literally going to be physically and mentally miserable during that time. So all you're doing, for the most part, I mean, there is people who, 70, 80 years old, 60 years old, who are better shape than I am, which is a low bar, but there's people out there in them old ages that are in really good shape. So that's not true to everybody, but the fact is, why? Why would you hold something that long? So much can change in 40-year time span, like technology and everything. Like if your whole goal is to retire nicely when you're old, why? Why would your goal be to retire and stop working when you're 60 or 70? Why would it not be retire and stop working when you're 30? That's why I don't get that idea, the whole idea of a long-term portfolio. I would rather be trading my money now and building cash flowing assets than be just buying stocks in hopes that they're going to be up higher than when I bought them 40 years ago. Now, another thing is too, the last 40 years, if you had that mentality and you're retiring right now in the stock market, yes, you are up quite a bit in US dollar terms. However, that 40 years of inflation and the dollar being devalued because it's a fiat currency, you've got to calculate that in to your gains. If you just look at, I bought this in 1960 for $5 USD, and now it's up to $100 USD in 2021, then you are ignoring all the inflationary things, the actual currency problems that are within that currency, because the US dollar has major problems right now, especially. Like, what you realistically made in US dollars, even though you might have paid $10 in 1950 for the stock and it's $100 now, because of inflation over that long of a period of time, you might not even have made any money, technically. Now, US dollar currency wise, yes, you may have made a gain, but that gain is not a real gain if the inflationary mechanics of that 40 years inflated the stock price, right? If the currency supply is inflated and your dollar is buying less than it used to, then are you really making a gain, or are you just sitting there letting your money get sucked away
until you retire. Most people now, with as much debt as the U.S. is in, if they were trying to claim Social Security or whatever, like soon it's going to hit the fan. All this is going to hit the fan. And there's not going to be, it's not going to be pretty when it does hit the fan. But there's too much that can happen in a long period of time. And I know the arguments. Warren Buffett did it and he's rich now and all of that. The game is not the same as it was when Warren Buffett was trading and making his fortune. Again, though, Warren Buffett did not wait until he was 60 to make his fortunes. He did not wait on a retirement account. Warren Buffett made his fortune and then just lived the rest of his life. He didn't have to worry about a retirement account. You don't need a retirement account if you're already rich way before you retire. So your capital, especially in short term when we're in inflationary times like this and inflation is all over the place, your capital, your U.S. currency capital is going to be changing in value quite a bit. So there's a lot of economic, there's just, it's like to put it simple as possible, it's like saying, I'm going to go hunting. I want to be the best hunter. I'm going to go kill this deer. But I'm going to stock all my bullets and my guns and ammo up, and I'm not going to kill the deer for 50 years. Well, how the hell do you know the deer is even going to be there in 50 years? How do you know the deer is going to be there in 50 years? How do you know in 50 years the deer ain't going to mutate and have its own crazy gun that it shoots you back with? Like, there's so many things that can happen in our time, in a long time, and not even a long time span. Human lifetime, 70, 80 years, is nothing. The average lifespan of a human is such a minuscule thing. It does look like SOPA is starting to crack this little short-term uptrend. Let's check this hour. But yeah, I mean, it's like, why would you want to hold your money? Same thing with savings account. I can't stand savings accounts because you are literally losing money if you have a savings account. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. It just doesn't make sense. It is one of those things that people have been told to do. But who told everybody to have retirement accounts? Whose idea was that? Whose idea was 401ks? Right? Did some random guy come off the road and say, hey, we should have 401ks? No, that came from the government. That was the government's doing. And I don't know about you, but I've seen what the U.S. government has done to the Native Americans, what they've done to the Chinese, what they've done to black people, what they've done to poor white people. I've seen what the U.S. government does to a lot of people, and I don't trust them. And if they're telling me I need to hold all my money in an account until I'm almost dead, because that's the way to do it, they can go suck a ball sack. That's what I say. But anyway. Yeah, exactly, David Davis. Imagine if you're using that capital, if you're using that capital every single day to make more capital, you're going to compound. That's why I'm big on cash flowing with staking cryptocurrencies, because those are making me money passively all day long. You know, a dividend stock, I have to wait quarterly, annually, biannually, whatever the dividend payment time is. I have to wait for them to pay it out, and then I can invest it back in. With cryptos, you can you can invest them back in your rewards at any time because you can cash your rewards out at any time. So I like longer term investments that continue to cash flow, but that is not for retirement. If it's cash flowing now and I continue to compound it, it's only going to cash flow more. By the time I'm 60, I want 150 different cash flows. I don't want a retirement account. I want 100 different things that pays me out $100 a day, right? Or 50 things that pays me out, you know, $50 a day. That's $250 a day. You want to make it even lower? Let's go 20 cash flows. If you got 20 cash flows, let's say in a day, and each of those cash flows is bringing you in $10. That's $200 a day. $200 a day times 365 is 72,000. So with 20 cash flows, you can be making 72,000, 75,000, the same salary that you went to college for, that you're in debt for, that you have the now mortgage house payment for, all of that. You could have been, and that waiting for that retirement home, you could have been cash flowing at the age of 30 or 25 or 33 or whatever, and by the time you're 40, retire. And then just live off your cash flows as they continue to compound. You don't have to wait till you're retired. That's the thing. Like, why would anybody want to wait to be rich? Like, if anybody can explain that to me, especially when our most valuable asset is time, because we can't get time back, why would you want to wait to be rich when you have limited time? That just does not make sense to me. I'm not Warren Buffett, and I don't want to be Warren Buffett. I don't give two shits what Warren Buffett has to say. Just like I don't care what Elon has to say, I don't care what anybody has to say in investing, because I'm my own trader. That's the thing that I constantly push. Be your own trader. Make your own decisions. Don't let other people sway your trading plan. Like Daniel B. used Warren Buffett as an argument against cryptos, and Warren Buffett said he knew nothing about cryptos. He doesn't like them, but he admitted he knows nothing about them. Now, interestingly enough, I'm still just waiting on this play to break out. There's not really much else going on. DWAC has fell. SBEV has fell. Peloton still slowly climbing. So if you did ride Peloton up, nice job. Other than that, a little bit of CNX. Little bits of action all over the place, but nothing crazy yet. I mean, Peloton was a good rip. What is that? ATOM? They have a silicone technology to a semiconductor foundry. That is good PR. It's a low float. And it is also the ticker symbol for one of my favorite cryptos. So I'm going to keep an eye on this for the next couple of days. That PR is pretty good because we know there's a chip shortage. So with a chip shortage, if this company is licensing their silicone technology to a semiconductor foundry or whatever, there could be some big demand as they try to get over the chip shortage. So that could basically Adam could see some hype continue to come in. However, it is below the 50 and the 200. It needs to break 20 before it becomes before it comes up again and becomes bullish again, but is making a nice little U shape there. So definitely want to keep on watch over this next week. SPY getting rejected at 450. We're still downtrending. SOPA still. God, SOPA. It's taking way too long. I'm getting very, very skeptical on it. It is holding 5, so that's fine, but like I said earlier, like an hour ago, if this doesn't break over 530 and test 550 again, then buyers are going to give up on this. So I just had a call. You can have both of what, One Life? Everyone can have both a portfolio and a savings account. Now, don't get me wrong. I did not say portfolio. Retirement account and portfolio are kind of two different things. A retirement account is a type of portfolio. I'm not saying there's a problem with having a portfolio. Any assets that you hold is a portfolio. I was just saying the idea of 401ks and holding accounts to retire just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about, loyalty cash flow and savings account. I mean, you could have both. You can do whatever you want, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea. That's why I was asking One Life, like, to specify kind of. Why don't I stream longer? We get cut off when you quit. Go join the Discord. You can easily reach me during the day, and everybody in the live streams, some of you are already in the Discord. Here, I'll throw the link in the Discord for you guys. But you see HH in Orlando. We were and Lauren. We were all talking in the swing general discussion yesterday. Well, actually, they were talking in the general discussion, and I was talking in the day trading with Orlando and how hard. You can see we've got people over here, some offline, some online, but we're trying to get everybody over here on the Discord so when I'm not streaming or Hal's not streaming, we can all still communicate, right? And I'll send an invite right here to the live stream, a short one. Now, I really would prefer people go to frameworkfortune.com and sign up to get the access to the Discord. I would prefer that just because if something happens with YouTube and I ever get kicked off of YouTube, which is a very high possibility because I say what I say, and more often than not, it tends to not make people happy. And YouTube is very sensitive about not making people happy with your words right now. Yeah, but David Davis, you probably came in right when we would just started the Discord. Like we didn't. Oh, I'm I might have to jump out here. This thing's testing that $5 area. Like, we've only had the Discord open for a month, I think, at the most. Because originally we were trying to get everybody to come to the website, to talk on the website and stuff like that after the streams. And more people were asking for a Discord than the website. So we started a Discord instead. But if you just come in that Discord, there's people already in there, and it's getting active. We're just still trying. Like, One Life was in the Discord, but left it because I was talking about in the blockchain part of the Discord. I was talking about another Discord for another project being hacked, and One Life and a few other people actually left the Discord because they thought I was saying that our Discord got hacked. That's not the case. So One Life still, I don't know if he's come back to the Discord yet or not, but Orlando's back. There's still some people who are not quite back yet. And I don't want to hear any excuses from anybody saying they don't know how to use it or any of that. Because I just taught my 50-year-old mom the day before yesterday how to use Discord. So if she can use it, my 50-year-old Southern mom can use Discord. Y'all can use Discord, you old fogies who are like, nah, I don't want to use it. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to keep up with a ton of different social media platforms. Like, I could go to Rumble, but I just started streaming on Twitch from the crypto channel. So then I have to go set up a new thing with Rumble, and I don't know. Maybe I throw some content on there. I'm more interested in social media platforms that's being built on blockchain, because Rumble is still a company. The big thing of why Rumble is taking, hype away from other platforms and stuff like that. Whoa, this thing just dropped down quick. Go into 1 minute here and see. I don't want to hold it too long, but I just want to see if I can get a little closer back up so it's not quite bad as a loss. Well, actually, that 485 area was still... No, we cracked that too. We even cracked below that. There's a little buy-in trying to come in there. Let me look here back on the 1 hour chart. So let's move that uptrend. We are, okay, so 475 is where the 10-day moving average is. That possibly could hold a support, but I made the mistake yesterday of not cutting when the trend line broke. End up giving back more than I wanted to. See, on a 15-minute, 50 days at 464. Let's see, our little triangle cracked. Where was that uptrend at, though? This is why I hate having such a bad entry, because when you get a bad entry, even if something breaks down a little bit like this, the risk is a lot more. So I was saying I'd much rather been in at 5. I should have been patient on that entry. Because if I was in at 5, this wouldn't be that big of a deal. But we're borderline and more than I like to risk on a trade. And the way it just popped down all of a sudden could happen again. And it may. Let's see, SPY still testing 450. And the reason why I'm on the 1 minute watching this is because I want to make sure that it is going to crack before I cut the loss, because this is a support area. So I did get a little bounce so far, almost back up to 490. Yeah, it looks like we may get a bounce. I mean, we're already somewhat getting a bounce off of this area. Now back over 490. And just put a stop loss in on this thing for now. Well, let's see. It's all the way back at 450. I'd be risking way too much. Yeah, I'm just going to leave my stop loss right under 470. For now, because the 50-day is at 465. So if the price can just continue to rebound back over 5 here, that would pull that 50-day up above 475. And the SPY breaking over 450. So Peloton still pushing. So Adam Play looking for a pullback down to the trend line. Alright. So I'm just going to hold this for now. Just for a little bit longer. It looks like it's probably going to crack. It may pull all the way back down to this trend line. But if I hold it down to 450, I'll be risking about $50. And then more than that if it doesn't hold. I'm risking I'll be risking $50 just to hold it down to that support area. And then if the support area cracks, I could lose even more money. So that's not, an ideal scenario. But this whole scenario, like I was saying earlier, could have been avoided by me being a little bit more patient and getting that $5 entry. Because the $5 entry, I would not be quite as nervous on it. And I probably would hold and put a stop loss under 450 if I would have got the $5 entry. But I can't put it all the way down there because it would just be too much risk. So a lot of your trading, if you're having issues with trading where you're not getting consistency, always be cognizant of your entries. Very important to have the best possible entries that you can find. And if there's not an entry, don't force it. And I forced it on this one. I forced it looking for that momentum to continue. And now that has led, because of the bad entry, it has led me to be in the predicament that I'm in currently, where I'm having to wait this thing out. And it may not even break out. So it's not the best position to be in. Let's see. Due diligence is trading ever after. Check out the YouTube. Yeah, I have a daddy one life, and you don't want you don't want that smoke. I'm telling you. And be careful talking about my southern mama. Don't say anything sideways. I know what you're going at, but I don't need to defend her because my dad would literally beat you so many different ways with so many different items in all of his junk collections that it would be very unpleasant. So Orlando, we're about to break your personal flag resistance line. I mean, it's trying to rebound, but again, we still got to break 455 for this downtrend to end. So I mean, it's nice so far, but we still got to break 450. Couldn't break it yesterday twice. Tried to break above it the day before, but was rejected and dumped. So we'll see. We'll see if it can continue. I'm a little skeptical personally, but Oh, geez. It's already at almost 11:40. All right, guys. David Davis is trading ever after. Are you trading ever after, David Davis? You have your own YouTube channel that you've not been telling me about? If you have your own YouTube channel, David Davis, I'm going to take my wrist rest. Right? You see how floppy this thing is? You hear that? Oh, damn, that actually hurt. I'll whoop you with this. You've got a YouTube channel and you haven't told me, then we need to talk more. Yep, you do. Damn you, David. Go join the Discord and add me on Discord so I can talk to you. I didn't know you had your own channel. I can help. I can help if you want the help. I mean, I don't know how big your channel is, but you know, I'm willing to help anybody and spread your channel because you know, you got some good information. We may not agree on everything, but you do have good information, good technical analysis, stuff like that. So I still disagree with your Prague play, but it's small. Well, yeah, then I can help you out, man. I'll help you out with your channel in any way that I can. Just go join the Discord and you know, I'll add you on there and then we can sit down and talk. That's how you know, HH Traders become such a big part of Framework Fortune. He was in the live streams quite a bit, had his own channel and stuff, and I got talking to him off camera because it's a lot of business stuff. Most people ain't going to want to hear the stuff I'm going to say. But yeah, we're always looking for new channels to add to the Framework Fortune network. So be sure, hit me up, man. We'll talk. Watch you fly on Prague. You and that Prague. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull your YouTube channel up. If I can find it. Is this it? The Bulls are fed up with the Bears. Whoa, there's a little naked guy walking around under there. Yep, this is your YouTube channel. Cool. Not a financial advisor. It's a YouTube cartoon. I like what you got going on here. Yeah. All right, man. Let me what are we breaking? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we're breaking for now, but you know, it's a very short time period. There's still a lot of time left in the day, and like I said, we still got to get to the uptrend of 454. It's nice that we're breaking 450, but this does not in any way signify a trend reversal in the SPY. Because there's your downtrend, your short-term downtrend. It's got to get over 455. Then we'll be out of the woodworks for a moment until we shoot up again to the top of this line. But if we don't break this downtrend, then we're still going down. Till the downtrend breaks, we do not have a reversal. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a day because I'm going to be rearranging my live stream schedule. I'm not going to really change much for this live stream. This live stream will always be, around 9 a.m. Central. The last couple of days, I've been at 9:30 Central, but don't hold it against me. I'm working on it. There's a lot going on, working it all out. But I believe I'm going to change the crypto channel live stream schedule. And instead of live streaming at 4 p.m. Central for the crypto updates, or like 2 or 3 p.m. for the Gods Unchained stuff, I'm going to start doing those live streams an hour after these live streams. So probably about 1 o'clock on the crypto updates and live Gods plays, things like that. So hopefully... Nice, David Davis, 30 cents on Prague. But yeah, I'm going to be working on that today, getting the schedule. I'm also going to remake the outro that you guys have been watching and update the schedule on there. May be a better outro, may not be. Who knows? I haven't made it yet. We'll see. Whoa, 20,000 shares. So you made about $600 on that $20,000 in capital investment. So this is what I want to talk to you too, because we got to have a portfolio power up, David Davis, and talk about the markets and our trading strategies and debate a little bit. I always like to do a portfolio power up episode for that. So, but yeah. Anyway, I got to get going, guys. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. If you haven't yet, go join the Discord. Go join frameworkfortune.com. We'll be back tomorrow morning around the same time. You guys stay safe out there. If I don't see you on the crypto channel later today, then I'll see you next time. You guys have a great rest of your day. Maybe.